Hi, my name is Eddie, and this is a reading for Virgo from the new moon until the full moon, so from the 19th of May until the 4th of June. So I'm going to shuffle your cards, and I'm going to be using my Tarot Prague deck, which is my favourite deck, and I'm just going to lay down your ten cards on the table in front of me. Right, let's have a look at what's going on and what's going to come up. So the first card is in the here and now, the present situation. What's going on around you at this time? Okay, the card I get is the Knight of Swords in the reversed position. I do sense this energy around you, okay? It's coming across as being masculine, okay, the energy. It's given me someone who kind of acts before thinking things through. It's a strong sense of them being like a bull in a china shop, okay, very mindless. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff, you know, which is going on around you at this moment with this one person in particular. Okay, but it's also making you feel very down, very distressed. It's like your mind can't settle. That's what I get here. It's like you're being pulled one way and then the other around the situation. So one moment you may feel like letting go, moving forward, and then the next moment you kind of want to stay. So you kind of move forward, you come back, you move forward, you come back. So what happens is that you get nowhere fast, okay, and nothing kind of sort of seems to change, okay, but you're getting to a point now, you know, where you've had enough, okay, and you're getting to a point where you are wanting things to change, and this situation won't change, okay, unless you change, okay. It's not about you changing inside. In fact, you've been too good, that's what I feel here, but it's more about changing the way which you deal with the situation. Okay, if you change the way you look at something, what you look at also changes as well. And don't forget, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and then expecting different results. Okay, something needs to change here, and either you cut ties, move away from this situation or this person, or deal with it differently. There's nothing in between, because if you do nothing, then nothing's gonna change here, and then they're just gonna carry on with the same behavior. So the card crossing is the Four of Pentacles. This is kind of what you're wanting, okay? You're wanting more security, but the feeling here is that things are very unstable, okay? And you may well actually have security, but it's like security with the insecurity. It's like the status quo. You're just so used to it that it kind of sort of seems normal. Okay, well the feeling here is that if you let go or deal with the situation differently, then you'll be secure within the security. Okay, so things completely change and you rid yourself of this insecurity and instability which has been holding you back. I mean, there is abundance ahead of you. It's there. You know, it's waiting for you, but you keep pushing it back. Okay, it's like you go towards it, and then you just come back again. So it's always going to be away from you. Where if you kind of sort of carried on that path, you know, towards abundance, towards more security, then you would actually get there, and it will start coming towards you as well. But if you keep going back, it doesn't have a chance, you know, to come into your life. So it's there, it's waiting for you. These changes need to be made. Yes, it would be great if this other person would make these changes, but they won't. Okay, so you need to make these changes, but more about the way you deal with the situation. So if I go back slightly, or some way, I've got the Sun card here, okay? This is by far the best card in the pack, okay? But it's in the past, okay? Things have changed here, and it could well be that you're kind of sort of chasing shadows here, okay? You know, thinking that things can be, you know, the same, okay? But things have changed, okay? There's so much water under the bridge. Okay, I do sense this person in particular. There could be other people as well who have said and done some things that things can never be the same as what they were, in the past. However, there's no reason why things can't be better. Okay, but they're going to be different. Okay, and it could be around other people, it could be around the same people, but this can only come about from you actually making this change of the way you deal with the situation. So it's like cutting ties or just moving away from the situation, dealing with the situation differently, which then brings about this security and abundance which you desire. Yeah, I mean, the Judgment card reversed always takes me back to Prague a few years ago when I was in a coffee shop and I take out my tarot cards, as I do, and then this woman sees me with the cards. She comes over, she has a pack as well, so we end up giving each other a reading. Okay, and she got the Judgment reversed for me, and she said it was about acceptance. Okay, and then I took on that meaning myself, and once you accept the situation, then the situation will change. It will change around you. Okay, so it's a bit of a paradox. If you imagine like you got two ships in the ocean, and one of the ships is you, and then the other ship is what you want. Okay, but the sea is so choppy. Once the sea calms down, then you can go towards what you want. The ships come together, so you go towards what you want, and what you want starts coming towards you. And it's very much that energy I get with you. It's like accepting the situation, because maybe you haven't tried that. You've tried everything else. It's accepting the situation, and then it starts to change here. So, I mean, accepting could be through like sort of some meditation, taking some time out. Just accepting it's not, accepting that things aren't going to change unless you kind of sort of move away. So you kind of are taking some action there, but you're accepting the situation. You're seeing the situation for how it is. You're not giving the situation or the person the benefit of the doubt over and over again. But I just feel so much is going to be revealed here that you're left in no doubt that it's time to move away. Because the Hanged Man here in the goal position shows you stuck. Yeah, going over the same old ground. It's day after day, week after week, or even month after month here. Okay, but I see this face, okay, on the card. It's about you facing up to the situation. Okay, not burying your head in the sand. Okay, actually seeing things for how they really are. And then once you do that, then it will create this transformation. Okay, and then you'll move away from this situation. Okay, once you let go, move forward. What's yours will always come in anyhow. So it's a win-win situation for you. Subconsciously, I've got, gosh, you're getting a lot of major cards here. In fact, they just form like the outside here. Okay, so there's a lot of major issues around you. Okay, there's a lot of changes which are taking place as well. I mean, the world reversed is very much about you feel gutted about what's been happening here. Okay, it's like you've reached rock bottom around a situation. It's like the world has shifted from your shoulders and into the palm of your hands. Okay, but the feeling here is of losing the world to gain it. So like initially it's extremely difficult. Okay, it does throw up its own challenges. Okay, you move away from someone or you move away from a situation, they may start running after you. Okay, nothing to worry about, but it's like you put yourself into a position where you can kind of sort of choose then, rather than asking them to choose. So yeah, often things do get worse before they get better. It's like you're breaking down something here. It's like you've been secure within the insecurity, and you kind of need to break that down and then kind of sort of move away from that. So the advice here is shown by the Two of Wands in the reversed position. It's interesting, it is a twin flame card for me. Okay, so it's very much about this deep spiritual connection around you, which could actually create these extremes. Okay, there's pushing and pulling, blowing hot and cold, and also with the Judgment card as well. It's an extremely karmic card, connects to spirit, and there's a lot of lessons to be learned here. So it could well be on one side you've got this deep spiritual connection which is coming across as a twin flame connection, but on the other side you've got the challenges which go with it. Okay, there's been this pushing and pulling, this coming and going, And the lesson really, what it's saying is to accept that nothing's going to change here until you change the way you look at it, or you change the way you deal with the situation. Yeah, so it's like you cutting ties, you moving away, and then what's yours will come towards you, and then you can choose. Okay, and you will also gain more respect. Okay, and the tables are going to kind of sort of turn in your favor then as well. So on the outside, I've got the Three of Cups. So some good news on the way. Okay, so it clearly does show you accepting the situation, making those changes, moving away. Already it's starting to happen here. And it could well be there's some kind of celebration coming up, which could be around a birthday, some kind of get together, could be a family get together or something here. But it just shows some good news ahead of you, okay, and some good times ahead once you make these changes necessary. Your hopes and your fears are shown by the Ace of Cups reversed. I suppose the main fear here is that you're going to lose something forever around matters of the heart. But in fact, in letting go, you gain, okay? When you let go, you allow what's yours to come in. Losing the world to gain it, less is more. You're given too much, okay? Things are out of balance with this connection here. And the only way to readjust it, I mean, everything must balance up in the end, put it that way, but you don't want to wait till next lifetime, okay? You want to do it this lifetime, and it clearly shows you are going to be doing it in the coming weeks and months. Yeah, it's about you dealing with the situation differently, okay? Not putting up with it any longer. Yeah, stepping back, and then you'll gain more respect, okay? And then things are looking much more healthy for you as you move forward. Then the final card is the Two of Swords reversed. It gives me like this upside down V. So it's very much about a coming together here. Very positive card, okay? Looking ahead perhaps over the next 2 months. So with these actions which you do, okay, with you kind of sort of stepping back and not taking it anymore, then you will gain more respect, okay? And there's very much this kind of sort of better communication. It's about things coming together for you. Yeah, you going towards what you want, and then what you want also coming towards you as well. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, to comment. There's also links for free daily readings, personal readings, to buy me a coffee, and to my crystal shop. Thank you.